So we had to take a little detour off of the Blue Ridge Parkway. That section was closed between 121, mile marker 121, and 135. So we are getting ready to get back on the Parkway.
So you have to detour through the town of Roanoke, and Roanoke looks like a really great little town, but boy, it made me realize how much I missed being on the Parkway. Good grief, the traffic was horrible.
We've gotten used to this slow pace.
Yeah.
That's the cutest, smallest little camera. That is adorable.
It's easy to travel with.
Yeah, I bet. What I'm doing is making a rag rug out of my kids' bed sheets. Which is why it is so bright.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. And this is the very end of the rug. And then what I'll do later is I'll pull out the buffer and then tie each of these off, and it'll become a little
So Mabry Mill has a restaurant here. Chris and I had already had lunch, and so we are going to get dessert.
What do you think? That'll do?
Mm-hmm. Strawberry.
So last night we stayed at the Rocky Knob campground here along the Blue Ridge Parkway. We're about 100 miles from Peaks of Otter, where we camped at last night. And this one is really close to both the Mabry Mill, which is a really famous landmark and the most photographed icon on the Blue Ridge Parkway. But it's also, so it's in between Mabry Mill and the town of Floyd, which we visited last night and for the Friday night jamboree at the Floyd Country Store, and it was pretty fun time. So we are at the Floyd Country Store.
It's the happening place.
It is a Friday night, and they have every Friday night they do a Friday night jamboree, and it's $8 kind of cover charge, but they turn the general store, they move all the merchandise out, and they turn it into a music venue.
It's so fun.
It's pretty cool. They've got a place to eat in here. There's an ice cream shop next door. There was just somebody up there. There was just a group that was up there. Started at 6:30, and then there's a dance band that comes on later, and people start dancing on the dance floor. So it's a wood floor, old general store. Seems like pretty cool.
They move all the merchandise to another room so that they have room for the dancing. So this is going to be a fun experience.
There's people seated up on the stage, and there's even people outside on the streets and everything playing music. It's pretty cool. So last night we stayed at the Rocky Knob campground. Here at the campground, there are no hookups as usual with a national park, national forest campground, but they do have dump station, do have water, do have flush toilets in the bathrooms, and campsite. The campground itself, there are a few spots for large rigs, but most of them are pretty small. So if you've got a large rig, definitely I would encourage you to make reservations. Otherwise, many of them are just kind of wide spots in the road around the campground. So it's a pretty tight squeeze for some of these, but we were fortunate. We got a pretty good pull through little site, and no issues. And it's a Saturday today, so we imagine it's going to be pretty crowded. It was a little more crowded in this campground certainly than it was in Peaks of Otter.